what a perfect day to take some photos. Got my camera all set up now. Got the Nikon DF with a 20mm lens on the end of that. And on top of that we've got a couple of filters. Got a circular polarizer. That's to cut a bit of the glare off the water and just to make the sky a bit bluer. And also on top of that we've got a 6-stop ND filter. The idea of the ND filter is just to make the exposure a lot longer. That way we get the smooth clouds and we get the smooth water. Also down the bottom there I've got my Lee filter bag, just so it's easy for me to grab the filters when I need to. Don't need to fumble around in my backpack or anything. Let's take the photo and let's see how it came out. Picture came out pretty good. So we've got a 2-minute exposure in the end. Got some nice clouds in the background, nice and blurred, and you can see the water nice and smooth. I actually want to convert this to a black and white. It needs a little bit of work done to it, so let's see what we can actually do to it.
First step, as always, is just bring the exposure up so that it is at a normal exposure level. Then I'm going to drop the highlights a little bit and just increase the shadows. I can also do a little bit of white and black adjustment, but I'm actually going to convert this to a black and white, so I'll save some of those edits for later on. The first thing I wanted to actually do was remove this cable because it's kind of in the way, so I'm going to do that in Photoshop. So just go edit in Photoshop. Now once I'm in Photoshop, I'm just going to do a quick edit, so we'll zoom in on the section we want to remove. Go to the lasso, select, and then just slowly, bit by bit, we're going to go edit, fill, and make sure it's on content aware. And Photoshop's got the smarts to fill that with the surrounding colours. So we'll do that for this bit here. Shift F5, content aware, and this bit here, Shift F5, and we'll try selecting a bit more. Shift F5, and this here. Yes, Hector, I know. It's very exciting, isn't it? What are we going to end up with? And we'll just select that, Shift F5, and I'm just doing it very rough, just to give you an idea. If I took my time, it'll take 3 times longer. Get rid of this bit as well. I might just select this again and Shift F5. Yep, it's looking good. And just select this bit and this bit here. Okay, that'll do. Select, deselect. Let's zoom out. That's looking a bit better. I mean, if I wanted to, I could go and tidy all that up, but for now, that will do. So let's save this and go back to Lightroom. Close. Okay, back in Lightroom. We're going to crop the image now. Might give it a 16:9 landscape type crop. Just make sure that's right in the middle. Done. Now, my preferred tool for black and white is Silver EFEX Pro, which is free from Google, so definitely worth a download. I just like the options it gives you when doing black and whites. You can see it's got some good presets you can use. So just scrolling through here, I'll just pick one that looks like something I'm after. So maybe this one here. It's not too bad. Then I'll just go through and adjust these to my tastes. So it doesn't seem to need much brightness adjustment. This slider here will just adjust the highlight, the brightness of the highlights, so basically those white clouds. So as you can see, I can bring them down, bring them up. I'm going to make this image reasonably contrasty, and this does the darkness, so you'll see in the background here, I can either make those shadows darker or I can make them brighter. I might go for a little bit darker. This is for the overall contrast of the image, so that will flatten the image right out and that will give it a lot of contrast. I'm probably going to keep it in the middle. And this is basically the contrast of the whites and the contrast of the blacks. Another slider you can use to change the look of what you're going for. You might do that. This is a structure. As you can see, it sort of makes the picture sharper in certain areas. If I overdo it, it gets way too much, so I might keep it about there, I think. And this is the structure in the highlights. Go for softer clouds and structure in the shadows. I go for harder looking mountains in the background there, or hills. That'll soften the water up a little bit. The only other option I'm thinking of using on this one is maybe changing the tone of the picture, so the colour. All these different colours you can use. For this one I'm going to go for a bluish tinge, so maybe that one there, slightly blue toner. We can compare before and after. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll save that. Okay, back in Lightroom, just do small slight adjustments. You just get rid of a bit of the noise. I'm actually going for a softer image here. It's looking better. And just sharpen up the edges of this lighthouse a bit. Yeah, next time I'd definitely work on fixing that up. Okay, here we go. I think that's looking pretty good. So there's my final image. So there's my before, there's my after. Before, after. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed that quick edit. Here's some more photos from around Bradley's Head.